Next example, like revealing brochures or business cards or anything in business presentations, management projects and everything like that. A while ago, I posted this on my Instagram page and someone asked me how I did it, so here I am. In this video, I'll show you how you can do this card flip animation only using PowerPoint. Now, I'm using PowerPoint version 2016 right now, but I originally made this in 2010 and I'm pretty sure it can be done in 2007. This video is going to have 4 parts. First, we'll create and collect resources needed for the animation, then the animation itself. Third, I'm going to show you some examples where you can use the animation. And fourth, I'll discuss some problems that you might encounter while doing it. So, let's get started. Part 1, creation and discovery. I'm using this card animation here. I picked it up from freepik.com, and because this is a vector image, I've made some changes and you can use this animation as it is. I've linked it below in the description box, and if you want to know how to edit it, I'll explain that in a separate video. I'll link the video in the description when it's out. Now here's the image. The edges here are a bit too sharp. I don't like them, so I'm going to soften them a bit, and the only way to do that is to crop the image. Crop to shape, and I'll choose a rounded rectangle here. So just change the radius to whatever you like. You can go from this to this, anything, like anything. Okay, I'll go with this. Now, aligning the image to the center. Now, aligning here is important. I'll just tell you why. Turn on the guides. Oh, guides are already on. So let me tell you what's happening here. We are going to create a rectangle, and to make sure that the rectangle is the same size as the image without wasting too much time, I'm doing all this, like aligning and the guides and everything. So just go insert a rounded rectangle because that's our shape, and bring the cursor here to the middle, to this intersection of guides. And because we aligned the image to the center of the slide, this intersection points to the center of the image. And click and drag, and it snaps on its own accord. But it's not the whole image, so just press Control while doing that. See? This is with pressing Control, and this is without pressing Control. So when you press Control, it scales from both the sides, both the opposite sides. I'll show you what I mean by opposite sides. So if I'm pressing Control and doing that, see, it scales from both opposite sides. It snaps on its own place, so you don't need to worry about that. Just change the radius, same as the previous one, and remove outline and change the shape, whatever you want to do with it. I like it this way. Now you can add anything you want to. You can, if you want to add text, you can go edit text here and add anything like idea 1 something, and just change, I mean anything. You can do anything with it. See, now I don't prefer editing the rectangle itself because that actually strips me of the privilege of moving things around freely. So if I do this rather, like idea 1 and everything like that. So now I can move this around as I want. I can also add other images and anything I want around here in this rectangle, everything. So I'll just obviously align it to the center right now, and make sure, okay, add anything you want to, but make sure you group these, both the rectangle and all the objects in front of the rectangle. That would become the back side of the card. Group them, Ctrl G, and there you go. Now send them to back, right? Completely covered up. Now second part, the animation. Now for the entrance, I'm just going to add an entrance animation for it to enter the slide, like this flying animation here. And this is completely optional, but I want to do it, so you can if you want to. You don't have to, but remember, don't apply animation to both of these parts, like only to the front side. I'll tell you why in the fourth part of the video. Now, the actual animation, the card animation. Okay, so when you flip a card, just imagine, take a card in your hand if you have to, close one eye and see what it looks like. Closing an eye because that way you would see in 2D what's happening. Just flip the card slowly. You see, it looks like the front side is squeezing in and the other side is stretching out. See it? Squeezing in, stretching out. So that's what we're gonna do here. To the front side, I'm going to squeeze it in, exit animation, and here it is, contract. That's what it's gonna do. It's gonna squeeze it in. And for the other part, I'm not gonna dislocate it or anything. I'm just gonna hide it so that I don't have to move it around all the time. And now I'm going to select this one and I'm going to stretch it out. For the stretch animation, it's here called expand. Now in previous versions you won't see stretch and squeeze like that. There are contract and expand. So I'm going to show you first how to use it with contract and expand animations. So there they are. Hide it. Show it and go after previous. And this comes on click. Yeah, I think on click. Now, if I play it here now, it goes very slow and you can see what's happening here, and we don't want it to see because of the blur thing. It isn't quite going the way I want it to. So I'll just speed up the process. I think this should do. It's still not very much. I'll go with 15 maybe. 15 milliseconds. Perfect. Doesn't that look awesome? So now I'm going to show you what happens with the stretch and house animation. Okay, I'm going to change it here. Here is the stretchy. Oops, no. Stretches out. Collapse. There it is. Collapse. And the other one, this one, we're changing it to, where is it? Okay, we're changing it to stretch. So see that after previous, and see that looks awesome, doesn't it? I'll just speed it up. Awesome, that looks perfect, absolutely perfect. Now let's get to part 3, examples. Okay, first things first, you don't have to use an image for the front side always. You can even use what we used at the back of it, like a rectangle. I'm going to duplicate it here to show you what I mean. And I'm not going to delete this image. I'll show you why. I'll duplicate this as well. I'm pressing Ctrl and dragging it here. So that's one more thing Control does. Getting inside the group, and okay, I'm gonna ungroup it completely. Changing the shape. Okay, let's go white. Change the background. Right. Okay, now I don't want this here. I'll add a picture. What should we add? What should we add? What should we add? Okay, let's see this one. I'll remove the background. No, not everyone has this option of removing the background, and if you want to remove the background of an image, you can use a website that's called remove.bg. It's pretty cool. I mean, it works fine most of the time. Now scale it down. Okay, again I'm pressing Ctrl here to scale it from the center. I'll go this way. That looks fine. And group both of these. Now I want this here to be as now I want this here to be animated the same way this one. So I'll select this, the object I want to copy the animation from, and I go to animation painter and click this one. See that? Okay, now I'll relate it. Make sure you go here and push these up. That's very important. Or I'll show you what happens if it do. See that? See it? Okay. See that again. See that? That's terrifying. Now, push these up. Amazing. That looks awesome. Okay. Next example where you can use is like revealing brochures or business cards or anything like that in business presentations, or even projects where you know, management projects and everything like that. You can use it. I'll show you an example here. Oh, duplicate the slide. What's this? And I do have an image here. I designed it for I do have a brochure here. I designed it for my sister. It's a coupon kind of thing, so anything works. I'll make it to the side. Go away, go away, go away. And align to the center, to the middle, and a bit small. Now, okay, these are like two parts, so I want to is it? Okay. Now align both of these in the center, and there you have it. Again, apply the same animation. You don't have to apply the same animation as I just showed you. You can just copy it from this one, select animation painter, apply it to that one. Now hide this one, select this, animation painter, go to that, and you're there. There you have it. Just delete these here and show this here, and just take it to this side so you can say anything you want to here around here. Look at that. Amazing, doesn't it? Next example. No, I don't have any more examples. Just kidding. Part number 4, the problems that you might encounter. The first one is the one I talked about earlier. If you add an entrance animation to this back slide, this group slide, the back one, and I'll just show you what happens if I also add a fly-in animation to this one. So if it goes with this, see what happens. Okay, I know what's happened here. See what happens here. See that? See that? I'll show you again. See, we added 2 entrance animations to the same group without exiting first. It entered again, but it didn't exit before it entering again. So remember, don't add 2 entrance examinations simultaneously. You must have an exit between them. Now, the second problem that you might face is a glitch. While animating groups like this one here, sometimes PowerPoint shows some glitches, and you can see the animation in the animation pane here, but here it goes all blank. There's nothing to show, nothing at all. Now I can't show you because that only happens sometimes, that doesn't happen all the time, but there is a solution. So what you can do instead is right click and save as picture. Save this as picture and use this picture instead. So go here, here's the picture, and use this picture. Just delete it, and I'm going to, where is it, center, middle, and there it is again. See, now I know it looks the same, but sometimes glitches can happen, and it mostly happens with groups, and this is a way you can solve that. The third problem you might encounter is when you apply animation without grouping every object in the same thing. I'll show you this example here. If I ungroup this, I'll first copy here. Yes, a copy it. I'm pressing control and dragging it away to copy. And if I ungroup it, control shift plus G. And now I apply animation to both of these separately, because sometimes you might think that you just have to do that. Okay, where is it? Come here, come here, come here. Okay, go there. What? Okay, this one and this one. Perfect. Okay, this one goes with previous. This is on click. This is with previous. Okay, see that. See that again. Okay, this looks okay right now, but no, let me show you. If this image was bigger than that, let's say this thing, like this here, stretching out a bit. Let me see. See that? Okay, wait, see that again. It comes on its own pace. The images, like, they go differently, a bit different. So in this case it's not much difference, but in some cases the difference can be huge and it looks very weird. So make sure to group those objects before animating them. And the fourth problem that you might have seen here, when you group objects after animating them, the animation all goes away. It's all just goes away. So undo it and make sure you have a copy of what you want along there, and then group it, and then you can paint the animation over it, right? So that's all for this one. I hope you liked it, and if you did, give this video a thumbs up and comment below if there's any other problem that you have faced. And check out this channel for more wonders that PowerPoint has to offer, and subscribe. More stuff coming soon. Thank you.